Over the past few days, the CS market has been pretty flat. We did see a little bit more of a dip since the past video, however, we have rebounded in the past 24 hours. We're currently up about 0.35%, however, on the 7-day chart, we're still down around 1.8%, and from the all-time high, we're now sitting at minus 3.5%. When we do zoom into the graph here, we can see over the past few weeks and days, we have been hovering around that same 5.5, 5.4, and $5.3 billion mark. Today, we're going to be taking a look at some of the best investments you can make right now in CS2 with the latest Armory update. Last night, they did drop the new Armory update, which did remove all the items that were previously noted to be removed at a certain time, and we also got some new content. We got some new grenade skins, we got some more missing links charms, we got some community stickers, as well as a few new maps. When we take a look at the patch notes, we can see they added some more missing link community charms this time with 23 new charms. They also added the Dr. Boom charms featuring 22 new charms. They added the 2025 community sticker collection with 29 new stickers created by the community. We also got the Sugar Face 2 sticker collection, as well as the removal of the gallery case, graphic collection, and character craft stickers. One of the items that was not included on the patch notes, which definitely had a huge impact on the CS market in the past day, was the removal of the Austin 2025 sticker capsules. It wasn't noted on these patch notes. However, with the removal of this capsule, it is the quickest removal out of any capsule since the 2020 RMRs, and these only lasted about 50 days. Due to the removal of the Austin 2025 sticker capsules, when we take a look at the pricing now, we can see the price skyrocketed last night right after that update. It was sitting around 40 cents, and we can see an instant skyrocket up to almost double the amount at 77 cents. It's since fallen down a tiny bit, however, it has rebounded back to around that 70-cent mark. I did mention in a couple videos ago that you should stock up on a little bit of these 2025 challengers. I did think they were getting overlooked by a few different things like the manipulation, the new Genesis collection, and the removal of items from the Armory. It was a great buy if you did pick any of these up from the last video, and you more than double your money with a lot of these items if you do sell them right away. Another major note that was not added in the patch notes was any news about a new case in CS2. A lot of people assumed when the gallery case was removed from the Armory, we would be getting a new case. However, since they haven't added a new case to CS2, we're currently down 2 cases in the past few weeks. The first case, which was the fracture case, to be removed was because of the Genesis terminal. However, the gallery case was not replaced with any new case, and because of this, I personally think case investing right now is a great opportunity. With all the new items that were added to the Armory, a lot of people are trying to figure out what the best place to spend your stars right now and try to make up some investments for the future when they do eventually get removed once again. However, I personally am mainly sticking still with the Fever case. I definitely think the Fever case will way outperform the gallery case in the far distant future due to better knife finishes as well as better knives instead of just a simple kukri knife. However, out of all the new items that were added to the Armory, I do have a few things that I personally am looking at. Other than the Fever case, I personally would also be saving up any of my stars. I'm not going to be opening any of these new charms or any of the new stickers. However, there will be a few that I will buy on the Steam market. Looking at the missing links community charms, the first item I'm going to be picking up is the Little Boo. I definitely think this has some huge potential in the long run due to the print stream skins in CS2. I definitely think this would make a great, nice combo. There's only one other charm that I would pick up from this community links charm, and it's going to be the Lil Elrich. I definitely think this also has some huge potential in the long run. I think it looks extremely clean and it's a great buying opportunity in my opinion. I'm going to wait a few weeks for the prices to come down on these. However, this is going to be the other item I am picking up. Next, moving over to something like the Dr. Boom charms. Out of this entire collection, I'm not a fan of any of them except for one of the items, and that's going to be this final item right here, and this is going to be the one that I'm going to be picking up. I'm a huge fan of the liquid being able to move in this, and it's also different colors based on the pattern that you do get with this item. The only other items that were added with the Armory collection were any of these stickers. I'm not going to be picking up any Sugar Face 2 stickers as I don't think any of them look super clean, and I don't think they're a great buying opportunity. However, with the 2025 community stickers, there are a few items that I personally am going to be looking at, and they're going to be the ones that I think will do the best in the long run. The first one in the blue category will be the Eyes of Farlow. I definitely think this has some great sticker craft potential, so I will be picking up a bunch of these items. A few other items in here that I personally am interested in. The next one being the Vice Cursor. I definitely think this has some potential for some sticker crafts in the future, and due to it being a Vice glove, I definitely think it will be a great buying opportunity. The next one here that I'm going to be taking a look at is the Chrome Dome Hollow. I definitely think this has some huge potential potential, and I personally will be heavily investing into this one, the most out of any item in this collection. A few of the other stickers that I personally will be buying into, the first one being the Froggles. Once again, I do think this has some great sticker potential with any crafts later in CS2. The next one is this Blockbuster theme one. It's like the Blockbuster logo, and it also says this ain't a rental, which ties back into the Blockbuster movie rentals, as well as renting skins in CS2. The final two stickers from the collection that I will personally be picking up, the first one being the Eyes in the Sky foil. I'm a huge fan of all the colors on this, and it's reminiscent of the Flappy Bird game. The final sticker will be the Good as New foil. I definitely think this is a great sticker to pick up and add to your inventory. My main focus still right now in the Armory will be the Fever case. As I said earlier in the video, I'm a huge fan of the rare items in this case, as well as the Op Print Stream and the Glock 18 Shinobu. When we take a look at pricing, we're now at all-time highs once again. It did spike when it was announced that items would be removed from the Armory, even though this wasn't one of them. Since then, it corrected itself down to around $1.48 Canadian, and since then, we've seen a consistent increase in price, hitting that all-time high over the past few days of around $2. The final item I'm heavily investing into right now in CS2, although it isn't part of the Armory, I'm going to be picking up a ton of the Prisma and Prisma 2 cases over the next few weeks. We've continued to see a small downtrend with pricing on both of these cases. It's not a huge difference in price depending on which of these two cases you do want, so pick up the one that you're a bigger fan of a lot of the skins. However, I'm personally investing in both of them, and I definitely think it's a great buying opportunity at current prices. I personally think if we don't see a new update with a new case in the next few weeks, we will see a small downtrend in the market, just because a lot of people aren't a huge fan of the new Armory update, and I do think the prices will drop on a lot of these items over the next few weeks. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video.